Are you ready to check out the most expressive whammy pedal ever? Let's have a look at the brand new Mono Neon Digitech whammy pedal. The brand new Mono Neon Digitech whammy pedal is a collaboration between Digitech and prolific Grammy award-winning bassist Mono Neon, who not only has got one of the coolest colour of Fender basses recently, but has also got one of the coolest colour of pedals now. This is a couple of different changes to your sort of standard whammy pedal. Now, obviously, he's a bassist. I'm mostly a guitarist, so I'm going to be kind of talking about it from a guitarist point of view, but I will play a little bit of bass, well, certainly try to play a little bit of bass with it. But why don't we just jump in, check out what's new here. Also feels a bit weird standing up for the very first time in a video as well, but hey, there's a first time for everything. So let's check out all the brand new settings on the Mono Neon whammy pedal. So the very first setting that you heard in the intro, that was the brand new hypersonic setting. So what that is basically 3 octaves up. It's pretty unrecognizable, like when you get up to those much higher frets you would have heard when I was playing in the intro there, but I'll just show you exactly what that is doing just on like a couple of kind of standard notes here. Now that's what I see as just being like noise, you know, using that in between or for some silly bits to get that kind of classic like glitchy Digitech whammy thing. Because if I go kind of a bit higher up and start doing like discords or anything like that, those kind of classic panic chords in metal, then it is just going to kind of like, it's going to freak out. Like, check this out. Maybe the most unmusical thing that I've ever played on this channel, but this pedal is absolutely pulling it out of me because it's just got so many funny sounds in it. Speaking of which, there is another couple of settings that are brand new to this pedal as well, including the ability to have an octave, well, an octave up and an octave down has been a setting that's been on the whammy for a while. But with this new iteration of it, you now have the ability to have, so for example, this sound here, this is when you have the heel down on the pedal, you're 2 octaves down, but when you can bring it to the forward, it's got 1 octave down. So you're able to kind of like float between those 2 settings. So for example, let me get it just to the 1 octave setting here. I also think I got them slightly the wrong way around there. So when you're on the heel position, yeah, so heel position, that's you on your first octave, you put your toe position down, that's you got the 2 octaves in there. So you're given quite a lot of range, you know, with those octaves on those settings, which is really, really cool. Because previously you would just only have octave down, which is one of my favourite sounds in the whammy pedal. Now, it does have all your kind of classic harmony settings and whatnot in there. I'll even just show you a couple just right now. This is... So that was a 4th when the heel position was down. Sounds a bit sort of like kind of uneasy, certainly there. But then we go back to our classic thirds there, which is a kind of classic whammy setting there, which sounds absolutely awesome. Now, one of the other things that I think sounds absolutely class in this pedal, obviously all of the octave settings, you know, your classic like Tom Morello style, you know, kind of... all that good stuff there, that is all still within the whammy. But the way that this pedal has actually been designed is because Mono Neon is a bassist himself, and there is the bass and the guitar whammy. This is kind of a combination of both in there, so the tracking is going to be great, especially. That's kind of why I've chosen a 7-string for this section, just because you can get that really like low end off of it. But then I've also got the high strings on there, so you can actually hear what's properly going on. You know, all that good classic stuff. Now, another one of my favourite settings in here is a completely reworked detune setting. What I always found with certainly the whammy was I barely ever used that detune setting, certainly on some of the, maybe the older ones that I used. But what I've found with this is it's a really, really good chorus setting. I'm going to stick on a bit of delay and reverb as well here, just to kind of give you like this big sort of, you know, washy chorus sound, which is absolutely awesome. And kind of the wonders of the whammy as well, I find, is like that kind of like in between sounds you can get. Certainly with the octaves, it can get a bit kind of weird, and you know, if you do want to get like kind of odd sounds with it, that's the way to do it. But with that detune setting, you know, you can kind of bring in as much. It's almost like using an expression pedal with a chorus. You know, you can have just a very, very subtle amount here. Sounds absolutely lush, but let's see how this thing sounds with the bass. Now, I did say I'm not a bassist, so I can't promise anything here, but here is the hypersonic setting on a bass. This thing does get a little bit wild as well. As Aaron said behind the camera there, it does totally sound like a cat. Maybe not there, I've never heard my cat certainly be that musical, but let's see how it's sounding on those like much higher frets as well, because I know that Mono Neon does a lot of like really like expressive stuff up there too. It's quite a cool little sound there. That it's almost got like a kind of like a sub drop vibe to it, you know, like you can be playing. Which that sounds absolutely awesome. Let's just double check what some of those octave settings are doing for it as well. I'm going to use those higher ones, I think. And just for a laugh, let's go for the lower one as well, shall we? So tons of sounds there, and obviously a much more competent bassist will be able to get some actual bass lines out of that. But I think that was more just a sort of demonstration on how the tracking works across both an electric guitar and an electric bass as well. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go back to my electric guitar, I'm going to put on some awful distortion, and I'm going to go back to that hypersonic setting for the end. Now, before I make some of the worst noises in guitar history, there is a couple of extra bits in the box that I will show you just in a little moment, but let me just get silly first. That just sounds like a proper alarm there. It's like proper pure everybody evacuate the building sort of stuff, which certainly I guess with those tones there as well, that's definitely going to be the case. But the last little thing I want to show you is just a couple of little extras that come with the box, which you're not only getting a couple of custom stickers, which has got that kind of mono neon sock there as well, which actually comes with this bass. I thought that was super, super cool. Another little cheeky little sticker there. You also get gaffer tape and this little marker pen as well, because Mono Neon, he kind of customizes, he basically puts gaffer tape with his name on his bass, which I don't know if you can see that on the box there as well, but it's very, very cool. I think this is a great option, not just for people who want, you know, a little bit of a kind of outlandish looking whammy with some crazy sounds in it, but also just because this is the brand new sort of iteration of it and it's made for both bass and guitar, it's going to be the best tracking one that you're going to get. So even if you're not looking to do, you know, that, then there is just so much other stuff in here when it comes to your kind of classic whammy sounds, and they're going to sound absolutely awesome. Whatever tuning you're in, whether it be bass, whether it be guitar, whether it be an 8-string, whether it be a 7-string, you're going to get loads out of it. But let me know what you think about the brand new Mono Neon Digitech Whammy. That was a bit of a mouthful there as well in the comments below. And while you're there, give us a like and a subscribe because you can keep up with all the latest news at Guitar HQ. But until next time, I've been Kieran, and this has been a very quick look at the Digitech Mono Neon Whammy pedal. Have a great day.